Let's talk about Ohio State defensive tackle Kayden McDonald, who is currently ranked as the number 21 player on the ESPN Top 50 Big Board. And I'd like to start this off with a question for you guys. So, Kayden McDonald had 64 tackles in 2025, which is a very high number of tackles for a defensive tackle. Do you think that's because he's just that good? Is it because he had players like Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles around him? Or is it a bit of both?
Me or you, Avery?
I'll go quick. I think it's a bit of both. On one hand, I do feel like the talent at Ohio State makes a lot of the other players look really good. And if it wasn't for the track record that Ohio State has of putting legitimate pros into the league, I would stick with that. But I think he's a little bit of a riskier pick. I mean, he's obviously on the other side of the line here. Part of it is just that the little bit like what you said here, often stops rushing when the first move doesn't work. That does kind of concern me a little bit. I like to see someone with a little bit more tenacity or even just more tricks up his sleeve to keep it going. I don't know if that's more of an effort thing or just a skill set issue or what, but then again, I do feel like even though these guys can look inflated because of the talent they have around them, Ohio State is always putting out ridiculously good guys every single year.
I have written down here, Styles, Reese, and Downs owe this man a lot for how successful they were able to be. Teams didn't know where to go defensively or offensively against Ohio State. Because if you run up the middle, you're running into Kayden McDonald. You run to the outside, you're running into Downs, Reese, and Styles. You can't run anywhere against this team. And so I think he actually was fifth on their team in tackles this year. Like you said, as a defensive tackle, that is unbelievably high. That is not your job. Your job is to stop the play from coming up the middle and force everything outside where we can use our 12th man, the boundary, to our advantage. McDonald didn't need that. Yeah, he may have stopped after the first move, but his first move worked so often, it's almost as if he was just like, oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm stronger than this guy. Why didn't I push him out of the way? What do I do next? Kind of thing. And so I like this guy a lot. I don't have anything else really to say about him. He's a bit slower than you want, but he's a defensive tackle. You don't need it. He's not Lee Hunter on athletic, but he's not like, I don't even know. I have to look at our board to see who's where.
Lee Hunter moved down ESPN's big board, by the way.
Absolutely, he did. Yeah. So
they watched the show.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of Kayden McDonald.
Me too. Yeah, when you break down Kayden McDonald's tackle numbers, you see that he had 31 solo tackles and 34 assist tackles. So pretty much half of the time, he was making the tackle by himself. McDonald isn't just out there taking up space. He's actively looking for and pursuing the ball carrier. And because he's doing that, he's often disrupting the play and making ball carriers go places that they didn't intend to go. So for me, to give a player comparison, Kayden McDonald reminds me a little bit of Vita Vea. Vita Vea is a little bit bigger than he is, but Vita Vea and Kayden McDonald are very similar because they aren't there to just take up space. They're there to find the ball while taking up space. Kayden McDonald is a phenomenal run defender who shows flashes of being a good interior pass rusher as well. Vita Vea has developed into a very good interior pass rushing presence throughout his career, and I think Kayden McDonald can do the same thing. He had 3 sacks in 2025, so he's shown the ability to rush the passer from the interior, but he does need to learn how to counter when his first move is shut down, because as Will mentioned, he kind of just stops after that first move just doesn't work. But overall, he's shown that he has the potential to be a very good interior pass rusher in the NFL. And if your team is looking for help on the interior defensive line, they should absolutely target Kayden McDonald.
Also, Mark Davis' haircut still sucks.